So, my first reason is that it's really convenient to just be able to put up a couple of feeders in your garden or in a local woodland. That way you can focus more about your photography instead of finding wildlife. So eventually the birds will start coming to your feeders, and when they do, you have the ability to study the birds, photograph them, and practice your photography, and just enjoy the simple life during winter, you know. You don't have to deal with harsh weather, cold weather, wet weather, whatever. That way you can focus more about your photography. And that's the key thing. So, the second reason is to get to know your equipment. And by that I mean figure out how you want your camera to operate. If you want back button focus, if you want to fine tune your AF, if you want single point focus, or if you want group focus, or both, like I am. So I have group focus on the AF on button, and then I have a single point focus on the FN1 button on the front of the camera, which I can toggle on and off with my ring finger. By using the variety of both, you optimize your chance of getting the shot you're after. If it's a fast moving subject, then it's better to have like a group focus. Or if you want to compose your image, if you have a slow moving subject, then a single point is really handy, because then you can put the focus point on their eye and then compose your image afterwards. So the third reason is to practice your technique. Learn how to freeze a movement and how to get the movement in your shot. Experiment with different type of photography, like long exposure, panning, double exposure, monochrome photography, fine art, whatever. By doing it at home, you are more in control over the situation. You can practice your technique in peace without having to feel pressured by deliver a good photo. And my fourth reason is to get to know your subject, because the more you know about your subject, the easier it is to get the shot you're after. And by studying the birds at home, you will quickly figure out that every species of birds has a specific behavior to them. So in my case, I've learned that the blue tit is more likely to stick around the food and hang around more around the food, land on perches nearby. And then the great tit are more likely to come down and feed and then bring the food with it up in a tree or a bush or something. And the robin is more likely on the ground looking for food. And the robin is probably the most easiest one to photograph because it's very curious and it sticks around very long, and so you can get really nice image of the robin by just learning how it behaves. By having feeders at home, you are able to study the animals, and you can have feeders of different kinds of variety. You can have feeders to attract birds, and you can have feeders to attract mammals. And by having feeders at home, you're able to study and learn the behavior of the birds to optimize your chances to get a nice photo when the action is happening. And my fifth reason and final reason is that it's really fun to have feeders at home. To just be able to sit outdoors and watch birds, study them, photographing them. Uh, I have had my feeders up for about 1.5 months, a little less, and I have been here, I think, around 10 times since then, and I have learned so much, and I can sit here for a couple of hours without even bother too much, and it's really fun. So if you can, so please consider putting up a few feeders in your garden or at your local woodland, especially during winter. I would say between November and March, depending on how hard the winter is. You don't have to do anything difficult, just buy some feeders. They are pretty cheap, and sunflower seeds always works, and also peanuts. I have, I don't know what it's called in English, but these small balls with, I think it's fat. It works really good. It attracts a lot of birds, so yeah. So if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, and if you want to see more of me and my content, please consider subscribing and help me grow this channel and this community. I'm here to learn, and I want to learn with you guys, so yeah, please consider subscribe, and until next one, have a nice one. Bye.